Hi everyone, this is Darren with SimNation. Hopefully the voice quality is good. I had to replace my microphone. It's funny because I work in technology and I have more technology problems than I probably should. Anyway, wanted to do a quick recap video for SNCFL, which is of course our Draft Day Sports College Football 2026 League. It's one of two leagues that have a cash prize. So if you're thinking of joining us, probably too late to get the cash prize for this season because I'm going to cap it at week 4. You have to join before week 4. But definitely is a interesting league. Has a lot of great coaches, including a lot of great streamers. Shout out to Tony. I think it's Tony Sports. I need to get his link so I can post it here, as well as Shark. And there are a few others who also stream. But Tony and Shark probably are the two biggest ones in the league right now. Plus, we have a lot of very seasoned coaches with people like Matt, Skelter, Invisible Witness, Bama. The list goes on and on. Quite a few of them have won championships. So, if you're interested in this league, great community, great coaches to compete against, and it's a league that really works together to try to help people become better. Anyways, so week 15 has just completed, so the regular season is over. If you look at the top 25, Maryland finished the regular season at number 1. Auburn's only loss came to Louisiana Monroe with Skelter. So Invisibles had a great season. He's in the playoffs regardless because he doesn't have to play a championship game. The same with Georgia with Shark, whose only loss came to Missouri, who surprised everyone and kind of took the West. UCLA is Stewart. Believe he's got to play in a championship game. Same thing with Louisiana Monroe, who's Skelter. Michigan is also Stewart. He's in the playoffs as well because Maryland took the Big Ten East. Sorry, not Big East. And throw in, so he will get an at-large bid no matter what. If you're interested in joining the league, TCU is a good team to take. So is Boise State, Ohio State. All those are CPU teams. Clemson kind of got upset last week by South Carolina, so they are coming at number 10. They do have to play in the ACC championship. They should win that, and Matt should be able to avoid pulling a team that he doesn't want. Texas Tech has to play Colorado, who is the number 22 ranked team in the Big 12 championship. They've, of course, got to win that game because they're sitting at an 11th seed. A lot of things can go wrong, though. Coastal Carolina is another. East Carolina, both really good CPU teams if you're interested. This used to be one of Shark's teams, hence the reason why they're doing so well. Same with Ohio State. East Carolina has just been a powerhouse for a while. Lots of good rivalries though. Stewart comes in at number 14. And then you have Florida International, San Jose State, who are both CPU teams. I don't expect them both to be, though. Just outside of the playoffs is Georgia State. That's another Stewart team. Bama and his Cal Golden Bills are just outside as well at number 18. Tony with his SMU Mustangs at number 19 is outside as well. And then, of course, my Zero to Hero team, Kentucky is also out. Iowa is Kev. He gets to play Maryland in the first round. In the championship game. If he wins that, he's got a really good chance of jumping. Now, our playoff system in SNCFL is a little different than most leagues. There are no conference berths. You have to be in the top 16 to make it. So if you we look real quick at the standings, what you'll see is Duke versus Clemson. Both of these teams really need a win. Clemson can actually take a loss and probably still make it in, but if they take a loss, it's probably going to knock a bunch of people out. For Stewart, he's absolutely got to win it. Matt's in a little bit better shape, though. And if we go to the American Athletic, East Carolina's currently in, but if they lose to Houston, they're out. So again, this is a case where they got to win their championship in order to progress. The Big 12, Texas Tech is out if they lose to Colorado. I don't see them surviving that unless it's really close and they catch a bunch of breaks. Colorado, of course, has to win to even have a chance of getting in, and that chance is pretty slim. In the Big Ten, I mentioned Kevin with Iowa. Really good season from him. He's 8-4, won the Big Ten West. And then the reality is Maryland is in regardless of what happens here. It's just whether they're a 1 seed or like a 4 or 5 seed. But Iowa absolutely has to win this game to even have a chance, which is not highly likely given that Ohio State and Michigan are both pretty much already in. Shout out to Bama at Indiana. Really good season for them. He just did a fantastic job throughout the season, though. In Conference USA, again, Florida International is currently in. They've got to beat North Texas. It's not a given. Both of these are CPU teams, by the way, so we'll see how that plays out. Not going to talk about independence. In the MAC, nobody's making it to the playoffs here. Everybody's aligning for a bowl berth. Shout out to Curtis at Buffalo. Really good season at 8-4. If some of you remember a couple seasons ago, this was my Zero to Hero team. Northern Illinois did a really good job of knocking off the big dog in Western Michigan. Just not quite the same since Stewart moved on. But neither of these two teams are going to the playoffs, so both bowling. Boise State, I think Boise State and TCU likely are in regardless of who wins this game. It's just now a matter of seeding. Now, I have seen scenarios before where it is possible that one of them could lose and just drop completely out. I like TCU in this one, but Boise State is a really good team. And again, if you want to join, Mountain West is a great place to be. I think we only have really one coach here in Wyoming, which is V. Gorilla, who kudos to him with both West Virginia and Wyoming and with turning them around. In the Pac-12, of course, Bama has to beat UCLA in order to get in. And, of course, if Cal beats UCLA, it's going to really cause some chaos in the playoff picture. But that is the only way he makes it in. UCLA likely in no matter what the result is. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. In the SEC, mentioned before, Auburn at number 2 is in no matter what. Invisible will likely be the 2 seed no matter what, unless Maryland loses. And if Maryland loses, then it could be the 1 seed. It is also possible that they could leapfrog Maryland even if Maryland wins. Be a little weird, but I've seen weirder things happen. Skeletor is in regardless. So these two teams, they're in. There's nothing going to go here. Missouri must win in order to get in. Given that Missouri's already knocked off Georgia and Kentucky and quite a few others, there's a possibility they could beat Skeletor, especially if he doesn't upload. But Georgia is in regardless, so Sharks in. Kentucky needs a lot of love in order to make it in. Essentially, the loss to Indiana, the loss to Georgia, and of course the loss to Missouri kind of tanked their ability to make it in. Otherwise, they had a pretty good season. In the Sun Belt, Coastal has to win to make it in. If Georgia State wins, I think they make it in. And that would give Stewart, I think, like 4 teams in the playoffs. Unless, of course, Duke loses. And Matt is a kind of really hard person to deal with because he's one of the better coaches in the league. So that game is probably going to be the championship game of the week for me, is just because you have 2 of probably our best coaches facing off against each other in the conference championships. Outside of that, we do have a lot of good teams still open, so if you're interested, definitely let me know. We have got some new coaches in, and it'll be interesting to see how they play out over the course of the next few weeks. Really excited to see more coaches join. But look at the league leaders right now. Shaka, of course, is right now the leader in passing. That really shouldn't change because Lumpkin's not going to play this week, whereas Shaka will. Neither will Colorado State, but Dawson may be able to catch him depending on how brutal Kev treats him. Pretty good season, 42, but Nathaniel Dawson out of Florida International. No shock that they're ranked is because he's had a spectacular season. Shaka is the leader in passing rating. That makes sense just because it's Maryland. Kudos out to V Gorilla. So Armstead, Totten, and Brooks are all from V Gorilla teams. It's not very often that you see 2 running backs from the same team in the top 5, especially when they count for over 3,000 yards. No shock to see Garland from Clemsonville or Bachman, however you want to say it, from Georgia State. They've had really excellent seasons as well. Little shocked to see really no running back from Louisiana Monroe, Oklahoma State, the Skelter teams, in the top 5. Rushing touchdown, you see here, Arias has had a great season, so has Garland. Garland has a chance to pass Arias only because he plays in a championship game. Bishop probably won't get that many touchdowns in that game, so I don't expect him to pass. Faye, one of the few people who have broken a 2,000 yard receiving barrier in SNCFL. Great season. Definitely will probably be someone that is going to be coming out and be in not this coming draft, but the next draft after that. And you see here again, Faye just having a really strong season. He's got to be a contender for the Heisman, by the way. And then you can see tackling. Nobody's really exceeding the mark when it comes to tackles. You do have some really good sack artists. Again, want to call out Crooks with 14. V. Gorilla's just done a great job there. But you also see that Skelter's defense at Oklahoma State between Woods and Baker, they're definitely racking up the sacks as well. Of course, you have Flanders, who is the leader, along with Rucker, and both of those are open teams, by the way. Interception-wise, one of the reasons why Missouri has done so well is because of Crockett. You again see Evans with Georgia Tech. So definitely it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But that's it for now. Just wanted to make this a shorter recap video. Probably went longer than I wanted. Try to do 10 minutes, but I'm at 11. If you're interested in the league, there is a cash prize. I'm still finalizing. It's probably be $100 to $150 if you win the league. Of course, if I win it, I'm not paying myself, so I'm not eligible for the prize. But if you're looking to join the league, you wouldn't be eligible for it this season, only because that wouldn't be fair to all the other coaches. So that's it for now. If you want to join, definitely hit us up on Discord, and we'd love to have you. Have a great day.